Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Summit Qualifiers, the Southeast Asian region. We're here in almost our final day of action. It's Mineski facing off against WarriorsGaming.Unity. Of course, this is going to be in the wonderful, wonderful Group B. Unfortunately, Group A is going to have to wait for one more day before we get to see conclusion with Happy Feet and Geek Fam. But I'm Lyrical, going to be joined as well again by Ryu. Ryu, we saw Mineski take down Fnatic yesterday. We also have a new patch, and apparently Tuska's first pick material. What are your thoughts on the patch and everything and everything?
Just a quick, like a little bit of backstory. Like these teams first met each other, and then it went 2-1 to Warriors Gaming, and Lifestealer was picked, or not Warrior. Warriors Gaming did win that one. Yeah. And then they went on to face TNC, and then they dropped that 2-1 where they could have won, and then the story of that matchup with Warriors Gaming and Mineski was Lifestealer. Basically, Lifestealer the first game lost on Warriors Gaming side, and then they picked it again the next 2 times and they won. So, and it's also picked up, but he did receive some nerfs that we're gonna probably talk about. The open wounds, the mana cost. That means that Lifestealer now has to go Magic Wand or maybe even an Aquila or something early on. So, or maybe even more clarities. Like he needs to find a way to buff up his mana pool, else you're not going to be able to cast Rage, Open Wounds, and Infest early on.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to talk about too about the patch. Like if you want to go over specifics, but
I mean, we can do definitely some of that. I think that's worth it. The big thing for me was that there are 2 roaming heroes that get banned out. The Earth Spirit and the Monkey King get nerfed, but they're still going to get banned out in the first phase. Tusk was unchanged, and he was, in my eyes, like close to really good. Do you think that he emerges in this patch as one of those, like the new roaming hero? Is he good enough to make that happen?
I don't know. We've been seeing it in the offlane mostly for the Tusk in all the games. I don't know if you can get away with roaming because his snowball nerf, where it's only 0.25 seconds stun, it's not really valuable. You don't pick Queen of Pains anymore or Pucks in the mid lane where you can burst down people really fast. So, and that's kind of like what Tusk needs because of his short duration on his stun. Even Ice Shards is hard to hit, and sometimes you can't block off the path. So him rotating around is still hard to find kills, but when he's in that off lane, he's able to survive potentially these ganks by snowballing. You can snowball in on the creeps, TP away, and all that kind of jazz. So I do like this Tusk. It's kind of like an Earthshaker, but a little bit more reliable.
Okay. And I guess that you did also see some changes to the Earth Spirit in terms of like his slowing potential. I was wondering if that was still going to be a contested hero in this game since both of the teams play it really well. But, you know, still wanting to first phase ban that one. Warlock also going to get taken out. I guess that's another question that I could ask more in general is like going into a qualifier like this, clearly a really important matchup for both of these teams. They got to win it. They want to be able to make that presence felt and possibly start sowing the seeds towards, you know, getting to the TI as well when it does eventually come around. But my question is, like, if you're a team and you see this new patch come out, do you try and play the same style even though it might have gotten nerfed, or do you try and experiment early?
In a best of 3, I feel like you could experiment the first game, or you could just play standard the first game, and then the next game, if you kind of crush them, you can try something new, like the tree that was added. I think that hero is super strong. I'm curious to see how Tree is going to be utilized, because I think the top 3 roamers now, it's Monkey King first, then Tree, and then Earth Spirit. I feel in my eyes. I think Tree just offers so much utility, and his stun early on, if you max that, you can basically be permanently invisible and almost permanently stun people if you can do it right, because it's like a 3-second fade time with a 2.2 second stun when it's maxed it, and you should. And I feel most treants should max it. So I hope we do see it in the series. So far in this game, it doesn't look like it's going to be potentially picked. It could still be picked for Warriors Gaming. But other than that, Mineski already have their roaming Slardar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could still have it No, I guess you can't do the offlane starter. Yeah, so they are going to be running it.
Magnus is back.
I wish that it was, but it most likely is not going to be. The next assassin going to get taken. It is a little bit of an awkward lineup though, because you've got a couple of BKB piercing disables, but there aren't really BKB heroes necessarily on Mineski. That might be one with the Ursa getting taken. It feels like there's a lot of like pick off. I guess your avenue for breaking high ground for Warriors Gaming is Lifestealer eventually, but really to me it just feels like these teams want to fight it out and just battle constantly. It's less about objectives in this. The Ursa may be solving some of those problems.
Yeah, Ursa is kind of like your Roche objective. He doesn't add that much to tower pushes, though, unless he has potentially the Desolator. So we could see that for him. Both teams, yep, Shadow Fiend banned out. Probably Invoker ban here for Mineski. You kind of want to take out these right-clickers that can tower siege like you're talking about. That's both heroes need the mids. Lina nerf. So with her having the 30-second respawn now at 15 seconds, the hero is probably going to start falling off. I think it's still strong, but it's definitely not as strong. You might have to change up the way, like the way you play Lina's. Ursa though versus Lifestealer, they have the Magnus with the RP. I do like the team fight synergies for both teams so far. Yeah. But I think Mineski is a little bit weaker right now, considering you have the saves that we talked about with the Tusk, as well as the Warlock ulti.
I do wonder also if maybe like the Warlock pick is going to fall off a little bit because of the changes to Midas's. How impactful do you feel like that one is, taking down, like, what was it, 0.75 of the multiplier onto it of experience gain?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you use the 0.75. I think it's gonna... It's interesting for Warlock because most of his money does come from after you throw that golem. You get the money from clearing out like a creep wave, and then you go do like 2 or 3 jungle camps, and then the golem dies. And that's a lot of gold that you get. And with the new Midas, you're going to get even more gold. So I think the way that Warlock's going to work now is you're going to have potentially maybe one more item, but you're not going to get to that level 25, 20 really fast. I still think you do go... You can either go Midas on Warlock, or you can go like Arcane Boots mech or something along the lines. But Tusk most of the time goes the mech, so we'll have to see how they want to play it.
Huh, I wonder if Mineski may be a little bit impacted by what Fnatic were doing yesterday. This looks like the Fnatic type of draft that we saw the other day, with just maximum blink in, constantly going. The MVP Phoenix style back again in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, it's a really good hero against Lifestealer, just because when Lifestealer goes on top of a PA, he's going to miss, I feel like, 5 of the 6 attacks. It's just super annoying to blur. And Lifestealer has to go for a MKB, like as a 3rd item or something, and you kind of don't want to do that. So now you kind of need to have a Silver Edge hero or something else in the mid lane. I think they might go for a Dragon Knight here. It's not necessarily the best hero against Ursa. It's decent versus PA. It's good against the Slaughter Amplify, but not by much. We
did see some cool stuff out of Dragon Knight as well. He can get 10 strength at level 10, which to me seems super cool for him. Granted, the other option is 30 attack speed. Don't know which one you take there, but it feels like getting 10 strength is quite good. And then he ended up getting that level 15 talent boosted to 40 experience gain instead of just 35. But they're going to go back for the Lina in spite of the nerfs. Warriors Gaming.Unity still feeling confident in this. Do you think this is the right decision? I mean, what are they looking to get out of this hero? What's the main goal for picking this one here?
Well, there wasn't really much they could do with that last pick unless it was like a Naga or something, or a Terrorblade mid. So maybe they could have even run a Lifestealer mid against the PA, but at the same time, maybe then they'd switch it up to have Ursa mid, and then the Ursa could completely crush that lane. So there's a lot of those mind games going on. I think Lina, though, in this situation is probably a better pick than DK. You can at least blow up some heroes. Whereas with the DK, you're kind of like forced into this position where you're sieging towers, and then you're going to get Blink RP'd by Magnus. So Lina, she can roam around with the Nyx in this middle game if she gets the Shadow Blade, and then she's going to cause a lot of havoc. Also, that makes it so the PA has to go for a fast BKB at times else she's just going to get bursted. So I like the Lina pick. It gives them a good shot at this game.
All right. Well, they found some answers for how they want to play it. I am curious because it feels as if you're going to play this style of Dota, or rather pick these heroes, you're kind of, with Mineski, you're kind of forced into the particular style of Dota, which is, run at them constantly, go over and over and over again. And I wonder how that's going to work with, Mushi is playing a very different hero than we've seen him on before on a PA. I don't know when the last time was that we saw a Mushi PA. It must have been a while ago, right? I mean, am I completely off the mark there? I'm going to double check on Dota Buff. But do you think that, like, trying to switch up your play style, since you used to play competitive as well, is that hard to do? Or do you think that experimenting when you're a newly formed team is a good thing?
I think it just depends on like what you feel you're confident with. Normally, Mushi has been the one in the safe lane. Now he's going to be taking up the mid lane. So it might hurt them when they're trying to do rotations or something along those lines, or because he's been practicing a lot just in the safe lane, maybe his mechanical skills aren't up to par. But at the same time, mechanical skills when you're playing PA sometimes don't matter, because you could just stifling dagger the creeps, get those last hits. And he's going to be against Alina, so this is definitely going to be a hard matchup for Mushi, and I'm very interested to see if he gets crushed, or what are they going to do? Are they going to start trying to rotate early, like from the 3-minute mark? They have a lot of kill potential on the Lina because you have CM plus Slardar, and all you have to do is just get a Nova off or just a Stifling Dagger, and then the Lina's just going to be completely slowed down, and they're going to be able to chase her down. Okay. So they have to be very, very careful on WG approaching from the 3 to 6 minute mark for their mid lane.
All right. Now we'll watch it. It does look like there's a PC restart going on. So I did the research. I looked back through, and it looks like he had a match 10 days ago where they played PA, and then 18 days ago where they played PA. Then the last time before that was 10 months ago.
Was it Mushi that played it only?
When Mushi played. This is when Mushi played it.
Okay.
And then before that was like 2015, and then 2000.
Does it show if Raging Potato played it?
Well, it was with a different team. It was with Fnatic, like way back then. No, this is all Mushi stuff going on when they were doing it. But he's played it 7 times in competitive, it looks like. Does have like an 87 win % with it. So there you go. He's doing things.
Yep, not bad. Not bad. Both teams have their merits. Mineski, their lineups can crush Roche in an instant because they amplify and whatnot. This is also what we saw yesterday when you have Ursa and PA on the same team. Ursa can just go for that Vlad's, and then PA can go for the Deso. Like you go Blink first on Ursa, and then you can just go the Vlad's or something. But in this game, there's so much lockdown from WG. They have so many stuns and control that if Mineski, if they don't get a huge RP, and if they don't get the BKBs at a fast timing, they're going to get completely run over, I feel, in these team fights. So it's going to be the positioning as well as the item choices coming in from Mineski and how well they can do.
I guess that is the thing to be a little bit concerned about, though, is that if you do get that big combo off, it's always going to be a threat, no matter where you are in the game, because of the damage that PA just deals out so effectively. Empower did get nerfed a little bit. You have a higher mana cost at the maximum levels, as well as less Empower damage and cleave at the level 20 talent for KYXY on his Magnus. But nonetheless, it does still feel like it's quite a potent combination. Particularly, the big thing is just allowing Ursa to scale and continue to get items, which is, we've seen it still be a problem in the late game. Yep,
you can just amplify your farm. Normally the PAs in the olden days where you have to go Battle Fury just so you're able to farm. Just watching the Lifestealer just pass by KYXY. Looks like he wants to do this creep skip.
Yeah, this is his move. He did that yesterday too. But does he get found out? I don't think so. Just play it cool, calm, and collected, and most likely we'll be able to walk away with that one. Pull the creep wave past, keep it all cool. It's kind of interesting also that you see the movement up here from the Nyx Assassin and the Tusk early. Do you think that, like, we've tended to see X Novas on lane supports, but he has boots first, Is this going to be like a Tusk that does try and just move around the map and make things happen, or do you expect a dual lane with him and Nyx?
Maybe he's going to do some shenanigans. Like he's going to block the creeps right now, it seems. Yep. So that's a pretty cool, nifty thing to learn. That's really... Like, he can do it again, too. It's kind of like having a clockwork on your team, but with more utility in the early game.
Yeah, that seems quite good. And KYXY, he is going to get this pull back. The open wounds. So we talked about mana cost. Ajit uses it, and, well, that is all of his mana pretty much used up now. It does still have the mango, but you don't want to have to pop the mango. Oh, is he going to get the pull off? What? The early level pull? Is it going to be there? It looks like they are going to try for it. But KYXY taking a lot of damage now. They still managed to find this pull, so they're going to keep the range creep back, and KYXY is going to have to pop a shrine here, or maybe just use the salve. But nice play there by Afu.
This sucks too. Is he going to get the creep away? Oh, you got the creep pull. That's huge. Oh, no, it's just on the... No, he went the wrong way. So that's a pretty big deal. Now you don't have a double stack in the lane for your Warlock, as well as the KYXY. He's just tank heating this up. He's going to have the creeps under his tower. He's going to be able to deny maybe one creep here. So really well played. Meanwhile, top lane, still getting some levels for Kangaroo, but he's not going to get as much as the off-lane Magnus now.
And it's kind of a weird situation. Xnova actually does manage to get this full pull off of the creeps. So they've been doing multiple creep shenanigans. Valve has been trying to, and Ice Frog's been trying to nerf the interaction with getting pulls that aren't supposed to be there. But I guess the answer is you just run in and you pull the creep wave yourself.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. So so far, Xnova has been doing a really good job of just some pretty quirky stuff. Getting his offlane some levels, kind of rotating around. But you can just see how Tusk really can't do much when he rotates. Like, you can't really go on a PA until you maybe have like level 2, and even then, we talked about it, your snowball stun duration is... You can't even set up for Light Striker Array. So Tusk, he's going to be having a hard time doing anything early on because he's not going to have any levels.
One nice thing that you can also say, though, is that as this game goes on, there's a lot of nice, good combo that can come out later on, but needs to be off the back of KYXY getting a lot of levels, and it does look like he's already well on his way to making that happen, as he has an Invis rune here. We'll start soaking up some more experience and should be able to get away with that one relatively without problem.
Are they going to go on him here? Nope.
That mana, it's too expensive. Doesn't want to use it.
You got to make sure it's a kill.
No.
Got to make sure. Surprised KYXY is still here in this lane. Might be more beneficial for him just to go to the jungle.
That's kind of tough. Because are they going to actually go on him? Rotation in. There's the slow up there. Caught him. Light Strike Array is going to connect, but with the crush and a couple more right clicks, they do draw first blood. So Mushi winning out in the lane. You can see that he's been doing okay there. 14-1 versus the 18-4, but also finding that kill with a little bit of help from supports. Certainly going to push him over the edge as we do see another KYXY pull. He keeps on grabbing these creeps. I mean, it's a pretty cool play to play it.
Yep. This is just what you're trying to do as an offlaner, trying to get as much space as you can, get any of the creeps, and just... It's nice to see this instead of, oh, I'm just going to jungle the whole time and whatnot.
Yeah. He is going to take some damage from the Shadow Word, forced to pop the shrine. And I guess the other thing that's nice about this is that if you do happen to like walk up the hill, you can spot if there are wards whether or not the creeps aggro to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good thing to note too. Not a lot of people would think about that. So Lyrical on his A game today.
Oh my God. Thank you for the praise. Lordy, lordy. Xnova again going to try and push them back. AU farming as well. It doesn't really feel like they're getting a lot done with this Tusk. Like, is him only being level 2 at this stage really concerning? Is Nana gonna actually live through it? The snowball keeps him alive, and now Ninja.Boogie in trouble as well. They do have another Dragon Slave up and is gonna be able to connect onto that Crystal Maiden. Sisters take each other down.
Just getting really aggressive there. They didn't bring in the Slardar that time, so it wasn't an easy kill. They felt like they had enough burst damage just with the CM and PA, but not there. And then a good rotation in from X Nova. He gets something done. He was only level 2. Now he's level 3. And that was what you were talking about. He really can't do anything besides what he just did at times. Like he's there for the backup support. A little bit of he can do a little save in with the snowball. So they got a kill. They're back on the board now. Nana's level 6. So Mushi has to be very careful now. One more Light Strike Array, or one more Dragon Slave in Laguna. He's dead.
It's a scary sit. Interesting, too, that you see Crystal Maiden go for the 1-1-1 build. Sometimes you end up seeing more into Arcane just to help out the other lanes, but to me this is signaling trying to get a bit more aggressive, maybe? I don't know. Do you think that they can go in and kill off Nana here, or do they need to bring that extra hero?
I think they just need to bring in the extra hero. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to take down Nana. Like, in this situation, all he really needs to do is have his stun ready, and then if Mushi plays really aggressive, he just can get punished. AU's a block, though. Is he going to... Oh, he can't get down.
All right. AU in trouble, and now Light Strike Array going to be a little off the mark. Ninja.Boogie. Oh, my God. All right.
That amp damage. Guardian Sprint gives you additional 15% damage, guys.
Oh.
That's what happened there.
I mean, you can understand the thought. He's like, all right, I'm going to go in for the crush, but Nana says no in a violent way, destroys that Slardar, and so that also wastes a ton of the time of the Crystal Maiden. Like, you had her sitting up there on that high ground waiting to go in for a really long time, and then it ends up all being for naught.
They should have just did another smoke gank play if they really wanted to, and then potentially they should have not came from the same way. So once you show your card, that means that the lane is going to start playing on the right side more, and then all AUs should be dead here. Oh no, actually Raging Potato is just, whew.
Okay, AU still getting chased down. Nana is here. Ninja.Boogie and Mushi, they're showing up. A crush on it too. Nana in trouble. They dodge the Light Strike Array and managed to bring her down. Much needed kill, that one. AU should have Crush back off cooldown now. Is going to be able to connect onto X Nova. Mushi picks up another one. And it's actually AU that gets the kill. And suddenly, they bring it back a little bit. It does suck that you lose the Ursa there, though.
Yeah, and then you also have the Nyx getting his Arcane Boots plus level 6. So at the end of the day, it is nice that they had Mushi rotate over, but I think they're going to pick up a lot more having this Nyx level 6 soon. Although he didn't go straight to the lane and get those free 2 CS for some reason, which he could have been level 6 by now, but still, they might be setting up here on top on the Ursa once he does get that level. Wanted the rune stolen by the Slardar.
Always love to see that. Well, AU is there. They have the ward down, but until they get that level 6 up, would have been nice if they could have gotten the kill on the catapult. Just misjudging the damage slightly. Does also give away Kangaroo's positioning, but he does have level 6. Everybody knows that. It's going to be hard for them to find a kill in the top lane, I would imagine, unless they do bring in a couple more. And with Tusk rotating mid, seems unlikely to actually be a kill.
It's kind of obvious too if you rotate a lifestealer off your lane too, because of Magnus' positioning in the bottom lane and how far up you're pushing. So there's not really a +1 they can bring, because Warlock needs his levels. He's only level 4.5, almost 5 here. So ganking becomes a little bit more obvious.
Oh my god, I'm gonna bring the hero minimap size down. It's just too freaking big.
No, I think it's great.
It's hard to see things. Well, oh, that might have been too much. Oh, hot fixing on the fly. It's fine, guys. Don't even worry about it. We're doing it. Oh, it's wonderful. So, yeah, early movement, early rotations. It feels like both teams should be pretty happy with the way that the game is going. How do you see the next couple minutes working out here? Like, with obviously Blink Dagger is still in the distance for the Slardar, as well as for like the Tusk and the Nyx Assassin. Is there anything that you really expect as far as kills early on here?
No, right now it's gonna be, if anyone wants to maybe make a smoke think play, it would be like the CM Slardar again. Oh man, Mushi playing super aggressive on the mid lane, and Ninja Boogie's here this time.
They're gonna try and turn this one back around. Ninja Boogie actually forced to cancel the TP, trying to kill off Nana. He's so close to death and is gonna be able to get it. The value right click coming in from Ninja Boogie, draws aggro from the Ancients, wants to get the deny, but does not happen. And we're gonna get some Ancient pulls as well. Another way to make that one work.
That's just because of there. And then meanwhile, top lane, Raging Potato is very far up. They have the stun.
Nice connection. That's not always easy to hit. They get the shards. Brocken as well. Snowball keeping Raging Potato in place. Tries to turn, tries to man up, tries to fight. Is going to be able to find that kill on the Tusk. And now the Crush keeping Kangaroo back. Raging Potato keeps himself alive.
They should have probably teleported the Lifestealer there. He had the TP ready. He wanted another 100 gold for Ajit, so he could have had his armlet. But if he had just TP'd, he would have gotten the kill and then gotten his armlet, and they would have had enough burst. So I think a little bit of misplay there from Ajit, and that's going to cost them the kill, plus more pressure on the map because they TP'd with the Ursa, and then he immediately went to Roche. So now they just don't even know this is happening, all because they didn't get that kill on Ursa.
We'll see if Warriors Gaming is sensing that something is coming. Nova moves in towards mid. They drop down a ward. This is not scouting out either the sentry wards that are placed here towards the mid lane. And, well, this should be a pretty quick and easy Roshan going their way. That also gives Slardar 6. This is a really scary timing if I'm Warriors Gaming Unity.
Yep. They still have the Lifestealer, who's pretty fat right now. They can hold the towers with some good deep push coming in from Lina as well as the Tusk. So they have that going for them, and then they have the Rock online. Everything's not too bad. They also have Tusk level 6, and they didn't even use a tome for it yet. Warlock's thinking, who should I give this tome to?
Well, I guess
I'll see him. They're Ninja Boogie, Mana Burn. Can't really do anything to survive.
I mean, that's a great thing. If you can find those pickoffs for Nyx constantly, it's going to be great. And he is going to be going back for the Midas as well. Has it queued up. As there is another rotation. They want to try and kill off this Slardar. If they could get him here, it would be such a big pickup for him. AU, no clue that he's surrounded by 4 heroes of the Radiant. And, well, AU, not long for this world, but it does tank the gank. There's 5 heroes up there. You're kind of okay with that, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be a push now, and then let's see where Warriors Gaming want to defend their towers. Bottom lane. Already set up for the Nyx coming in. He doesn't have much mana.
Oh my god, Kangaroo is just dead. Yeah, they can just run him down here. No way out, and that is going to be a free tower as well. Mushi in the mid lane, getting gone on by X-Nova, and Nana blocked in by the shards. Light Strike Ray and Laguna Blade. You take down the PA. Mushi a bit too far forward there.
So what probably happened there was Warriors Gaming was like, Nyx is like, okay, I'm just gonna try and hold bottom, let's have some TPs, but then probably the rest of them were like, okay, we can get this free kill on Mushi in the mid lane, and that's what happened. So a tier 1 trade for a tier 1 trade, a PA Slardar for Nyx. Warriors Gaming coming out a bit ahead. They still haven't even dropped their golem. I do think Warriors Gaming are still a lot stronger right now than Mineski in team fights, even if they do have the Aegis. But having said that, Ursa does now have the blink, so he can get on top of somebody and potentially blow them up.
Yeah. I mean, it's something to be concerned about, and the other thing that you need to be a little bit worried about, I guess, is like, you know, Ursa, he has the way to jump on top of him, but if you get an opening with Warriors Gaming Unity, that sets you up as well to, like, the Blink Dagger almost doesn't matter at that point. AU is here. He's going to back out. An Invis Ursa is going to spot out Afu, and this should be a pretty easy kill if they want to go on him. Couple right clicks. Mushi takes it away at the end.
Heal Stealer.
Oh.
You see that? That's the participation of carries.
Yeah, man.
Who is the carry of this game? Is it PA or Ursa? I would say PA is more the carry.
Okay.
Ursa's kind of like that front line hero that's just going to go in and die a lot of the times.
I wonder if Nanas leads off with the Laguna Blade here. Or just can kill him off, I believe. Impaled? They don't even need it. Oh my god, they're going to have it for the second round now. Everybody's TPing in for this. If they can kill Ursa, they don't quite time that Light Strike Ray perfectly. And Raging Potato gets out.
Ooh, thanks.
Well, a little unfortunate
Maybe
there.
should have, yeah, maybe should have Dragon Slaved because it'd be a lot easier because of the animation. It's going through, and then so you have a lot more opportunity for error. Like say if you're throwing an arrow out at somebody, it's kind of like the same principle as a Dragon Slave, where you have like a bigger hitbox.
Magnus has Blink now. You got Blink on 2 heroes as well as Blink Strike. Ajit's there. They drop down the Golem, waiting, but there's going to be Magnus coming in. It's going to be a big RP. Connects onto 3 with Snowball save. Oh, KYXY, excuse me. Afu was there for it. X-Nova Mushi starting to drop low. AU is gone. They shards him up as well. It was looking pretty for a moment, but my God, Mineski get team wiped. Lordy, lordy.
That was all X-Nova and then Kangaroo too. Like Kangaroo, he immediately spiked Carapace, stunning like 2 or 3 people afterwards, and they just couldn't do anything. So the combination of the mass stuns coming out with the saves, and that's just the power of Tusk, and you can see why it's being picked up more in the SEA region.
And that was before Blink Dagger. He just had that brought out to him right now. Oh, wow. And it looks so amazing there, but if you don't catch that Tusk in the Snowball, he just walks up and, you know, saves his entire freaking team. Maybe if, like, there was a quicker skewer or something for Mag, but didn't quite end up happening in time.
He has 11 assists right now. I want just everybody to know that. As a Tusk who's been roaming, he's been a part of 13 of the 14 kills right now. He's putting in all the work. You shouldn't even have a Blink Dagger right now on Tusk. You should have only Arcane Boots. So he has about an extra 2,000 gold in his inventory that he shouldn't. That is how well this Tusk is playing right now. And getting a lot done.
I was questioning the X-Nova pick on it because X-Nova has traditionally been the one who plays like the Warlock, the lane support that doesn't really move around that much, and Afu is the roamer, you know? He's the one that plays that Earth Spirit or a Monkey King on occasion, but it now seeing that like X-Nova just has an affinity for this hero, I guess, and has been playing it amazingly.
Yep. He's the reason why Lina now has a Bloodstone. Would have loved to have that for the last team fight, though. Unfortunately, they're not going to have that. And then, speaking of the Lina nerfs, what's happening? She's already level 14. She's already going to have her level minus 30 plus the Bloodstone, so you might as well have the pre-nerf or the pre-patch. She's going to be still instantly respawning.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, too, because there have been a couple of times where that plus 125 cast range has actually helped out the Lina more than the respawn time would have. You know? Like, there's a couple Light Strike arrays where she hit the Ursa from inside the tree line, for instance, where maybe you don't burn through that Aegis of the Ursa if you have the minus respawn time instead of the cast range. I wonder if this is, like, indirectly helping her a little bit instead of actually being a nerf. I don't know.
It's kind of like, okay, well, we don't want the hero to come back so much early on, and that's just stupid, and then Valve at least realized that. But at the same time, the plus 125 cast range, a lot of times, Lina's, they go for the Aether Lens anyways.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mid lane, gonna get jumped on, don't have dust.
Quite hard to make that work. And unfortunately, the Blink Dagger, 7 gold away from AU. So they weren't able to get into range for the amplified damage. He does have it now, and maybe their team fight can start working. But again, you have these defensive supports in the X-Nova as well as, to a large extent, Warlock with the counter initiation. It feels like Warriors Gaming.Unity have the answers.
It's just their team fight is just way superior. It's what we talked about earlier. You need the BKBs on top of Mineski, and you also need like that Hail Mary RP, which happened. It happened on 2 or 3 heroes, but you have the Tusk. That it's the problem. You have the Warlock. Warlock, he used his rock immediately just for the Ursa earlier, but imagine if it was on top of the people that were RP'd. So you just have these 2 saves right now, and this is just going to be super hard for Mineski to get anything done, I feel, for the next, like, 10-15 minutes.
All right.
But they could get a surprise.
I mean, you've got a lot of avenues to make this work. They're going for the big wraparound. PA still not there with them. They jump out with the life stealer, so this is going to reveal a lot of the positioning of Warriors Gaming.Unity, and they do spot out the courier, showing some good discipline, not going for that one yet. They want to jump onto X Nova, and it looks like instead they're going to find Kangaroo. The snowball save not quite there in time, so now they don't have the snowball. They are going to be able to connect onto the Warlock. The turnaround could be there. They drop the golem, the RP. It's not quite looking like it's going to be good enough. The light trickery to get the counterplay for KYXY. The crush comes down. Ajit is gone. So Warriors Gaming.Unity are going to lose 4. The snowball save was not enough. Nana trying to TP out, and it does look like he is going to be able to make that retreat. But still, Mineski come out big on that one.
Yeah, that just all comes down to the slaughter initiation onto Warlock and Nyx. Nyx was a huge turnaround play for earlier, but then they immediately brought him down. Tusk didn't save fast enough just because he was kind of out of position. They thought they were going to come from somewhere else. Huge wraparound, and that's the play they had to make. If they run at them straight on, there's no way they're going to make the team fight work, because you can't go on the lifestealer or the lean on the front lines. You have to go on the back. And then now they smell blood in the water. They really want to fight. At the same time, Kangaroo is scouting out, so they're going to find some heroes.
Yep, there's a quick jump. And see him gonna die, although you do have more heroes in the area here. Raging Potato, the Walrus Punch initiation. He's in some trouble. People now going as well, and now they save the snowball, cancel the TP. Turns wants to fight, but that Ursa is gone.
Wow, this Lifestealer has a Desolator already. Mineski playing a little bit greedy there, trying to take away the farm of Warriors Gaming in their jungle, but they ain't having it. Get out of my land.
They're quite strong. And you talked earlier about the need to have a way to deal with the PA evasion. You have Nana already building into a Shadow Blade. This is just the natural build that we see Linus go for. He's going to be able to build into a Silver Edge next if he needs to. And then suddenly you have to have the BKB up on PA to fight it all. Thankfully, she has gone for it pretty much immediately and almost completed it as Mushi.
Yeah, that's the thing. With that last team fight that they had, Mushi's able to get up this item because they won it. If they didn't win that last team fight, this would be looking super grim for Mineski. They would be losing all their tier 1s and tier 2s, where they have no way for Mushi to get free farm. But since that happened, now he's going to have his BKB soon, and they have a good chance in these team fights with the BKB on PA. Let's see that there's rock that goes through it, punch, and that's about it. So there's ways to... There's not that many ways to control the PA in the team fights.
No. I mean, that's the thing, is just need to make sure you hit those particular disables on point, and then it ends up working out. But he talked about the Lifestealer's farm as well. He's currently the second highest net worth, building towards the Echo Saber, and I think that he should have it here now.
Invisibility.
As AU and Mushi, they're hunting, they're looking, but Nana spots them out, looking for the Light Strike array. Could throw it from here. Nana still chasing. Invis, they're not going to walk through that ward. That is a Radiant ward, so looks like Warriors Gaming still on the hunt. Won't quite catch up yet.
They won. They're still chasing. Do they see Mushi? They pinged him.
Yep, Impale.
They can get him before.
All right, Impale connects. AU there to try and get the counterplay, but the shards go out as well, catching on to Mushi. They're just going to secure the tower, though.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Second tower soon to fall, it looks like. Mineski in a position to try and, I guess, defend. Maybe that you could have said that they could have gone for, like, split pushing a little bit, but possibly too worried about how quickly Warriors Gaming could start taking down objectives.
So the play that needs to happen now for Mineski is kind of like the RP turnaround blink skewer back on like maybe a core or something, but if you do that on Ajit, he still has the Aegis to work with. Else they would probably do it. So that's another play for them. Now they're going to try a second time.
They're baiting this.
Same thing.
Oh, Nana has the Shadow Blade, though. They reveal himself. No, God, Nana. Got the deny off though, actually. Okay, that's pretty good. Ajit's going to be able to find the kill on the CM. Gets a counterplay there. Rage of Potato. They drop the RP. Immediately going to be turned around upon. The snowball save comes out from X Nova. KYXY, mad as can be, but is the empower damage going to be enough? They take down 2, take down 3. 5 are dead for Warriors Gaming Unity. They are going to have the Aegis still off the back of this, so AU gonna drop, but Ajit falls as well. A triple kill for Mushi. Nana goes back in, turns, tries to kill him off. A couple more right clicks. The misses. Oh, it was almost enough. Literally.
Well, that's super greedy from Mushi. He could have just blinked away. It's like, you're just gonna keep missing. Haha, one shot you. That was super greedy from Mushi.
Well, at the end of the day, it was a huge combination of plays. The Empower doing work there. I thought that after the snowball save it was going to be enough, but they were still grouped together, and there was just too much cleave.
Yeah, PA just popped the BKB after the snowball too, so it's just like that's when the real hell started for Warriors Gaming. But Lina was able to come back. At least they did get one more Bloodstone charge. Meanwhile, they knew he went up there because of a ward.
Dust, Crush, a little bit off the mark. Nana wanting to turn into that. That is a bold move. You do not want to take that fight.
Now what's interesting for me is like, what is Lina going to build for next? Is she going to go Shivas? Because there's a Deso on the enemy team. She needs armor. Maybe a Lotus Orb. Actually, a Lotus Orb on Lina sounds pretty good right about now. I don't think... She could still go for the Yules and stuff. But I think she needs to have some way to... because Ursa, well, he's not going to go for the Abyssal Blade just yet. But she needs armor pretty badly.
You also have Lifestealer going for an AC, so that might solve some of the problems. Mushi on the high ground. They actually catch out Raging Potato. PA is too far away for this one to really work with the Crush. Connects onto X Nova. PA is starting to show up now, going in with the Empower. They are going to still have the Lifestealer infesting in. Tusk should be able to snowball out and blink away off the back of this. Nice blink. Oh, that was a good play. Shards as well to block him off. Still the chase is going to continue, but it looks like it's finally done. And Nana?
Meanwhile, they've got the play. Oh, no, wait.
Still jumps out. That's a pretty good one. Light Striker, Rage of Potato. He didn't get the enrage off.
He literally came out of nowhere, and they're like, oh, we can kill him. And then all of a sudden, Nana's like, I was Shadow Bladed, suckers. What are you guys doing?
So
that was really funny to watch.
Another little interesting thing here, Ninja Boogie has Tranquil Boots as well as a Ring of Protection. Now, do you think that he bought the Ring of Protection forgetting about the change to Tranquils?
Yes,
okay.
I would.
Funny little things.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Nah, he's just going to go for the Force Staff.
Mushi, meanwhile, caught again. So the Force Staff BKB. Kangaroo is still here. They have the BKB piercing disable with the Walrus Punch, but no way to snowball away from that one. And X Nova is going to die. So the initiation does not go the way they want. Now they've caught Nana. They have the amp damage as well, so can't Shadow Blade away. In some trouble. There is another Crush available. KYXY, they turn. Still thinking about fighting. Mushi with the chase. They still have the amp damage on him. A ton of damage coming out of Lina. Wanting to fight against this. Man's up. Mushi is going to drop. Bit off more than he can chew again, and now Nana is still going to fall, but they find a big consolation kill there.
Yeah, Mushi, I don't know if he knew that he had a Silver Edge, but that was definitely not the play. And these are just these little kills that could be averted from Mineski, and eventually they could hurt them. And with the BKBs, they do have the BKB soon on the Ursa. That's going to help out a lot. But PA already down to 8 seconds. That's going to help out Warriors Gaming a lot when it comes to this late game. You can see that the Nyx Assassin's completely getting owned right now because of the PA and her BKB.
Right.
I'm not sure about the Nyx going for a Yules here. I really do love Ags. I think if you have Ags, you can tank through a lot of the damage coming in from the PA, but at the same time, maybe he just wants to Yules up and try to blink away because the PA has Kangaroo's number right now.
I mean, there needs to be some kind of answer, and certainly once the BKB is out there, it becomes a huge issue. So bottom lane is where the next focus is going to be placed. It looks like right now Warriors Gaming Unity is still feeling like they can be somewhat aggressive here, although there's no more towers to pressure. God, look at all the sentries and wards across the map for Mineski as well. They've just got them all over the damn place.
Yep. They've scouted out the Lina too, always coming in. Like when they were at both shrines, basically, they scouted where the Lina was, and they were able to chase her in both situations in the last 5 minutes. One time, the Lina did get away here at the shrine, but at the other shrine at the bottom right one for Dire, she got caught because of the Slardar with dust and stuff. So that's all kind of like set up because of those sentry wards. So it's not just a small little thing that allows a lot of vision, and just placing a sentry ward isn't enough. You have to place a ward too, because then you have the vision there.
Oh no. And looks like Lina might walk right into it yet again. They're heading over into this direction generally. Kangaroo sort of leading the charge. It looks like Mineski realized what's going on. They spot out the Ursa immediately. X-Nova's smoke broke as well. KYXY, they have vision of all of this. We'll see how they decide to try and take the fight. It's a scary one, certainly. Yeah, some wards placed down now. Afu, he does have the gem, so that does give the vision. I'm just kind of playing chicken at this point.
Chicken? I want some chicken.
Sounds good, man. Should get on that.
All right. See you later, guys. He told me I could go. Should I go to McDonald's or something? I hate McDonald's. I'm just kidding. That was bad for you guys.
I really like the gem pickup, too. Oh, God. They move in right away. The snowball turning it back around.
He doesn't
this
BKB?
is a big old ultimate there. All used on a Raging Potato. There is still all of the Magnus assortment to throw out there, but yeah, no BKB.
That's Roche. That's huge. That's Aegis, too. I mean, Cheese as well. He didn't BKB when he went in. If he BKB'd, he couldn't have even snowballed. That was questionable.
Questionable.
Great. That's all we're gonna say.
Well, it's certainly going to be tough now. I guess the question is, though, do you go up even without Golem, or do you just wait for that to be done for Warlock and then try and make the movement?
Got it.
So, Warlock, he's the one that's been getting blown up on the back lines. He's had his Midas complete for, I think, 5 minutes now. He's going to have his Ghost Scepter coming up. So that's going to help him survive potentially against the PA as well as the Ursa. Ursa has queued up for the Diffusal Blade, but he's not that close to it.
You see the Manta style pickup for the PA as well?
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted you to talk about it. You're the genius here.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Like, to me, it seems like it's pretty decent as far as getting out of a couple things, but like, don't you just want to build damage on PA?
Yeah, I would like to see probably an Abyssal Blade. The extra movement speed is nice to have from the Yasha. You can only really Manta dodge. You can Manta dodge some things like the stun coming in from Lina and stuff. It's good for taking off the open wounds, but other than that, it has no purpose really on PA. Maybe split pushing, but split pushing PA images, no radiance. Yeah, not that strong.
Right. We see over here Nana as well gonna be able to keep pushing the waves in. There's a big smoke movement by all of the side of Mineski, but it doesn't look like they're gonna run into anybody. Still not scouted by the Radiant as of yet since there's no wards in the area, but they might have an idea that this is going on, and looks like the movement is gonna be towards the top. Lina Illusion's still there, Nana as well. He's thinking about going on Mushi here with another Silver Edge up soon, but could be a little bit scary. Yeah, he's building up the stacks and just
Gem
gonna TP
on
away.
AU, gonna blink in, crush. Say goodnight.
Yeah, Kangaroo
BKB
gone.
wasted.
Quite good. Yeah, Nana's just gonna instead go up top again, farm some more.
I actually think Warriors Gaming just came out ahead on that kill. I'm not even joking. And the reason why is because they just found out that Slardar has a gem and they wasted 1 BKB charge on the Ursa. Although that does help the Ursa get a faster Diffusal Blade. So at the same time, you get kind of information for a kill.
Right. Yeah. Well, and now you do have like another opportunity here soon if you want to go up with the Aegis. They're waiting, I believe, for the MKB to be done on Ajit, and right now, Mushi, they do have full vision. They're going to jump immediately on off with a snowball save again from X-Nova, keeping him alive. AU's still going to be chased down the shards, not able to block him. Nana is still here. They turn. Mushi is going to be controlled for the moment. Ajit is on the other side, taking down the Crystal Maiden. Can they kill off Raging Potato here, though? He doesn't have his BKB. Oh, 13 seconds away. It was on cooldown, and Ajit still going to chase away. They drop the RP onto 2, trying to turn this one. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Mushi is going to get a triple kill, but might end up falling nonetheless. On the low ground, he does go down there. Nana chasing down KYXY. There's 3 already dead from Mineski. Tried to skewer him to the cliff, but it doesn't end up working out. Oh, Lord.
I told you, the BKB.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's just hilarious how that comes back to bite them in the ass. Oh, my goodness. That's just very unfortunate. Now they still have the Aegis to work with on the Lifestealer. He didn't die, so he's going to have his MKB soon. The BKBs are getting lower and lower on Mineski. Magnus had his BKB during that fight, so that was pretty impressive to see.
And look at the cores. This is 30 seconds before even the Ursa comes up, and 2 lanes are pushing in. This is going to be a bit lane of barracks.
Yep. And they're playing super far back on Nana right now because they don't know they don't have any buybacks. He's also level 25 on Lena.
Yeah, that's a thing.
At 35 minutes. So welcome to 7.005. Slardar, nice seeing you. Thanks for the gym.
Oh, man. Yeah, and that actually, this is going to be more. 2 lanes of barracks, most likely. I don't know if they can actually take this fight because you still, like, Warlock, he doesn't going to have the ulti, but I don't know. Fatal Bonds is still scary as hell. What a turn of events. Warriors Gaming Unity looking to take game number 1 off of Mineski, and they just can't do anything against it. Like, Ajit's staying up on the high ground. He still has Rage, still has Aegis. Just keep the push going.
Yep. Also has the MKB flying out. They have to make the teamfight happen now.
Yeah, they jump in. Raging Potato, BKB down. He's not hitting anybody. Aegis does expire, so that might signal Warriors Gaming Unity to back out. But still, you have all the answers that you need. There's Ghost Scepters on 2 of these cores. Like, MKB done for Ajit. They're well underway to just finishing off this game here.
See, they need to be careful, though. Ajit doesn't have buyback. He needs 300 gold. This could be... He should get it after the tower, though. So, no BKB on Ursa again. That's going to be another thing to look out for in this team fight.
Well, Magnus RP is there. Rage is off the stun immediately. AU is not going to be able to connect onto him. Everybody positioned so well for Warriors Gaming Unity. The smoke up as well to ensure that nobody takes down. They actually finish an E-Blade for the Warlock. Jump forward, Kangaroo gets a stun. Mushi, no answer. Warlock ulti is going to drop now. They turn to fight, want to bring him down. Diffuse the blade to take off that Ghost Scepter. Chase still going down for AU as the snowball is going after him. Kangaroo stays alive for the moment. Rage Potato there as well. Nana turning to fight, does so much damage. Rage Potato dropping low. They don't catch the RP. It's only on the Warlock Golem. But nonetheless, you have lost Ajit. Mushi jumped upon now. The snowball turned onto Mushi as well. Nana's still going to drop. So they managed to take down 3, 4 as well. And it looks like finally Mineski able to find some solace here in this game.
Yep. It's kind of like the factor that Mushi has the Basher now too, helping out against the Lifestealer. Lifestealer doesn't have his own Basher, and that's where you see the problem. When you have Ursa and PA both having the stun capabilities and Lifestealer doesn't, they're just going to keep winning the man fights. As well as just that rock, he was like kept playing with it, and all of a sudden he threw it out, but it wasn't perfectly timed. He wasn't able to really get off Fatal Bonds or anything. Warlock was kind of useless in that team fight. Tusk as well wasn't able to do much early on, and Mineski just were able to run at them and successfully win the team fight.
Yeah, it feels like, again, just maybe a little bit too over-exuberant. That being said, they did take down the last tier 3 tower, so only the 2 barracks remain between Mega Creeps. This is a lineup from Mineski that can deal with Megas, though. You've got Empower all over the place, and you know, a lot of these heroes are capable of making that work.
I wonder if they're going to nerf the EXP gain again, because a lot of the like 2 heroes got level 25 this game around like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty insane. I think it's fine though. I think the plays or having the EXP gain like this is still fine. It allows for more fun Dota because it gives a chance for at least the supports to eventually hit it. Whereas before, it was like 60 minutes in the game, and supports were still like level 22 or something. So this is nice for them. They're gonna get at least their level 20s here soon. Any big talents I'm trying to see for anyone? Nothing really. I saw Mushi having the double strike stifling dagger last team fight. That was pretty fun to watch.
Oh, it's definitely good there, and I mean, Fury swipes damage from Ursa seems like it could be good. I don't know if there's a ton of other ones. To me, the biggest one is that Fiery Soul stacks that you get from Lina. She just shoots them out like crazy. How quick she right-clicks.
So, I guess after that, are they gonna smoke? No. So after that, let's look at the items. 2 Abyssal Blades completed after that lost fight for Warriors Gaming on both the cores coming in from Mineski. That's a pretty big deal to have. They have 2 gems versus 1. We know who's winning out on that.
Yeah.
Interesting to have both.
This is going to be that smoke play that you're talking about, though. Kangaroo is leading the charge. AU there to break it, though, immediately up on the high ground. So now they realize all of Warriors Gaming is over here. So good vision, good recognition. We'll have to watch how the next couple minutes unfold. Buyback status, you can see that a lot of heroes still have it on the Radiant, even if they do lose this fight.
Yep. All Radiant have to do, though, is push in this top lane, and then Mineski, they're going to have to go back from their positioning here.
Shadow Blade. All the Shadow Blades, they use the solo RP on Anana, but a counterplay! Oh, it's beautiful! They drop down the Warlock ulti as well. Mushi is going to drop KYXY skewering out of there. They have the CM ulti doing so much damage. Ninja Boogie is taking down all of these freaking heroes. Ajit also just going to start to be turned around upon. Kangaroo trying to make the plays. Raging Potato is going to fall. Mushi back in now, trying to take down Ajit, but the armlet toggles. It's too much. He's healing up through all of it. The MKB is there. Mushi just needs to run away. They do get the crit, though, in a timely fashion. And finally, with Mushi now dead for 2 minutes, it might just be enough. Nana killing off his sister, the Crystal Maiden. A double kill for Kangaroo as well. And I think that Warriors Gaming might have finally done it. Oh, baby. That CM did so much damage.
Yeah, CM kind of wreaking havoc, but this fight, yeah, I just have to think about Mushi and what was he doing. Like, he didn't pop his Abyssal Blade on the Lifestealer. That was a free kill. I don't know what happened with Mushi there, but you're gonna have to call him out. He died back, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't even use his Abyssal once during the team fight. Twice. He had 2 chances. And then the Lifestealer was just healing up, healing up, healing up. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he didn't use it. There's just no excuse not to use it, though. And that's why they lost that last team fight. But still, it was looking dire from the start there because they had already lost so many cores from before in that the previous team fights. And they just lost 2 lanes of racks because they didn't have any buybacks. So those were kind of like Hail Mary plays where Mineski, like, okay, well, we have to go outside the base. We have to make sure that Warriors Gaming don't get Roche eventually. We have to kind of, because if they do, they're just going to siege and they're going to get Megas and then we lose the game. So it was nice that Mineski did try to make a good play there at the end. They almost pulled it off.
I mean, there was moments where it looked like it could have been glorious, but as you said, and like, yeah, you mentioned the not using the Abyssal Blade there on the Lifestealer. There's so many moments where the armlet toggles, like, that came out from Ajit right at the end, and the heals as well, because he had the MKB and, you know, constantly getting the lifesteal from it. It was just right on the verge of greatness, but didn't end up working out. I thought they might have been able to pull it back, but at the end of the day, WarriorsGaming.Unity too strong, and now 1 game away from elimination. This Mineski lineup that everybody's been so excited for might be dropping out unless they can find some answers. Ryu, anything that you're really looking forward to or expecting out of this next game here? Do you think that Mineski go for another Magnus strat with a bunch of melee cores, or do you think that that works against the heavy team fight that we've seen be a staple of Warriors Gaming Unity since their inception?
Whoever picks Warlock is going to win. I'm gonna just say that. Easy and simple. There you go. Maybe actually Tusk. All right, whoever picks Tusk is gonna win the game, 100%. You heard it here first. But no, it's just the Warriors Gaming. They had a superior team fight lineup until Mineski have BKBs, and then when you saw Mineski have BKBs, they were a bit stronger until the BKBs wore down or they weren't up. So it's not as simple as that, but that's kind of like the easier way to explain it.
All right. Well, we'll see in just a little bit what the drafts are going to look like. Hope you guys again enjoyed the broadcast. Lyrical as well as Ryu, 2 commentators. We'll be back for game number 2 in a flash. See you guys then.